This black hat Google business profile is beating a company with over 1,500 reviews. Real office, real truck. They're a legit company. But these guys right here with only 40 reviews, no website, and no record of the business actually existing in the state of Nevada. They're pulling it off, and they are absolutely creating these guys in the SERPs. They have #1 rankings across their entire metro in the bottom half, and today we're going to break into exactly how they pulled this off and the theory behind it. You've been told for years that it's all about reviews to win the map pack, and that you need to be a real, trusted company that's been established, lots of history around it, but this rule breaks everything. There's one trick going around right now that beats all of it. No reviews, no website, not even a real, actual business license behind it, and this listing is winning. If it's happening in this market here, it is most definitely happening in your market, just the same. And they're quietly taking calls away from you guys. If you want us to pull up what your market actually looks like and tell you whether one of these exact match domains or some kind of black hat profile is actually stealing your calls, the link's down below. But first, watch this, because I'm going to go over exactly what one of these looks like, how to spot it, and what you can do. And guys, check this out. The winner doesn't even have a website at all. Let's pull up their Google business profile listing. Guys, look at this. No website whatsoever. And all they're just located back here in the back of some body piercing tattoo shop. What's even more interesting too is if I actually refresh the page on this address, you guys are going to see here, they actually have the exact same address as this guy right here for a property management company. They are sharing the exact same address and they're still getting away with this. Absolutely incredible what these guys have done. And guys, one of the reasons this is so effective is, as you can see here, they have an exact match keyword search for the name of their actual Google business profile. They pass this off as their own business name, when really it's just stuffing keywords into the profile, and it's absolutely dominating. Guys, this is how you actually beat these long-term companies with 1,500 reviews coming into a market like this. You got to be super, super aggressive. And we're going to show you guys just in a minute how aggressive these guys actually got. Truly, I mean, really, remember, the Google business profile name, the actual name that's on your profile that you pass off as your business name, that's your H1 tag of the Google business profile. If you can actually stuff keywords into it exactly like this, you're just going to dominate the map pack ranking, despite not having really any reviews. So I actually ended up checking the state business registry for this name, and you guys aren't going to believe it. It turns up absolutely nothing. So just so you guys know, I'm not pulling your leg here. Of course, copied it over. We throw it into, is this guy right here, threw it in on the exact search and it pulls up absolutely nothing. Guys, it's a complete fake listing. It's a fake business. They stole an address, they got a profile stood up over there, and there's not even a record on the actual government website of these guys existing. Now, this could either be like a rank and rent website, it could be an agency that tried to stand this up. Hey, maybe it is a legitimate business. We don't know for sure, but damn does it stink. It is so, so fishy. And look what they got away with, guys. It does not take super, super clever strategies sometimes to actually rank and beat some of these larger competitors. Sometimes it just takes a little bit of extra elbow grease and some black hat SEO, and you can just start creaming people in the map pack. So just to reiterate here, guys, the trick in plain English is that they just made the business name into their keywords. That's the whole strategy. The name is the search term, and Google hands them the headline advantage. Stack that with an address inside of a service area and a handful of reviews, and that's enough to start leapfrogging guys that are in the market that have been there for 15 years. Now, even more interesting, check out what happens when I actually ask ChatGPT about them. The AI catches exactly what Google Maps was missing. So I asked him, what do you think about this business down there in Las Vegas? And it starts looking into it. Pretty good facing profile, but surprisingly weak underlying business entity footprint. So it starts looking into it. They do have some interesting information over on, it looks like Service Agent. They had a website that they actually talked about on that listing. Let's see here. And I tried pulling it up. Yeah, so this is the listing that actually lists the website. You go to visit website. Check this out, guys. Totally broken. Totally broken. So even the listings and the citations out there that these guys actually had, completely blown apart. The website's broken. The address does match, so credit where credit's due here. But I start pushing ChatGPT even further and further, and let's just see what it's actually talking about. Let's see. The address is the part I'd investigate. Yeah, so it's already picking up on this. It thinks it's really fishy. The off-page SEO is just so weak. So I continue to go on the SEO angle here with ChatGPT, and I actually started pushing it. Who would you actually recommend? Guys, they're not even close to getting recommended. Look at this. Ranked a 5.0 plumber, 5.0 in the map pack, 4.9. We looked into this. I mean, look, again, AI is pulling from these off off-page listings, right? They're going to Better Business Bureau. They're trying to find exactly who has the real licenses up, right? Who's actually been accredited. They've been around since 2013. We've been talking about this on the channel a ton. AI is looking mainly at reputation for residential jobs. Commercial is a different story, like we talked about the other day, but right now, a lot of the game is just residential. For residential services is reputation management, right? We are trying to get good reputation out there. Talk about the services, the listings, the actual projects and jobs you guys have worked on in the area specifically tied to that profile. Then you can start ranking in maps. The proof is very, very obvious, guys. Ask any kind of LLM, and they're going to start talking about Google reputation, longevity, licensing, independent entities, real operating history, guys. That is how you actually rank in AI. So if I were 702 Plumbert over here, how do I actually beat these guys, right? This is the bad guy. He's up there. It's black hat SEO. How do we actually take him down, and what could they actually be doing better? Well, first off, their review velocity is totally fine. We can take a look at that just briefly here. Look, 23 minutes ago, 4 hours ago, 23 hours ago. Guys, they're hammering reviews here, right? This is not the problem at all. And it just goes to show reviews aren't anything, right? We get business owners talking about this all the time. Why do I need SEO? I already have good review velocity in my profile. Well, this is the reason, because there's clever black hat SEO guys like us out there that can rank these profiles like this. And if you don't know how to take them down, you're just going to get creamed in the map pack here. So let's take a look at it. They've obviously got reviews, but if I actually pull up the page that's tied to this Google business profile, and if you guys have been watching the channel, you guys know right where I'm going here. This is a massive, massive problem. Look at this. They're going to their actual homepage here. A sure bet on your family's comfort for their H1, which is incorrect, okay? They even have, I pulled this up earlier, they even have a dedicated Henderson page that they can actually be pointing to Google Business Profile to. And they don't do it. This is a perfect page. When you guys are building out pages for your website and you're trying to link them to the Google Business Profile, it is so important you actually link the correct page. You need the page that actually talks about that specific location linked to that Google Business Profile over there. I'm willing to bet if they just linked this page, they could probably catch these guys in the map pack and start turning around some of that ranking. It is a little bit thin on page. You guys can see here they don't talk a lot about the jobs. They do have Henderson Plumbing and HVAC services, though, in the keywords on the page, which I do like, but it is just a little bit thin. I really like that they have Google reviews up here in the contact form to get those leads coming in, so they actually have ease of bookability for people who actually land on the page. But overall, it's just kind of thin. So if these guys just bulked up content and actually linked the right profile to that GBP over there, they would stand a much better chance. So if you guys are curious, here's how you actually check on your own town in about 5 minutes to see if one of these exact match black hat GBPs is actually stealing your calls. All you gotta do is look up with Local Dominator or any kind of local rank tracker your main keyword term. And what you're looking for is these weird kind of red flag profiles, which I'm gonna go over right now of what to look for. The first off, obviously, is a name that is the exact search term, right? No website in the listing is obviously pretty fishy, and then any kind of like massive review dumps. If you just see like thin reviews, which we didn't talk about earlier, if we go look at some of these reviews, now these could be legit, right? They do look a little bit weird though. Everyone's just left one review, 2 reviews. This stinks of black hat, right? They copied the address of this salon. It's on top of a property management firm inside this building. The reviews are kind of thin. They're not even responded to. There's no website. There is not even any way to actually verify that this business name was actually matched in the database. This is how you spot one of those black hat profiles, right? It's pretty obvious. They keyword stuff. It looks a little bit fishy. The address is used by another company as well, and then no website. And look at this, guys. They can still rank like this over here. That's all you got to do. Pull up a rank tracker, search your main keyword terms, and find out if one of these guys is actually beating you in the map pack. Now, depending on how aggressive you guys actually want to be, you can actually report these profiles and get them taken down pretty easily, especially thin listings like this with no website. They're surprisingly fragile, and depending on how dirty you want to play in the map pack and how aggressive you actually want to be in your SEO campaigns and your strategies, these profiles aren't that hard to actually get banned. And on the flip side, for our clients, we build listings like this correctly all the time. If these guys just were to stick in their exact match keywords on the back of their Google business name and then actually back it up with DBA paperwork, making sure their citations all match the new business name and such, they could actually overtake these guys, or at least start punching in their weight class. Because right now, they're just getting destroyed by this. This is a shame. I looked on the website, guys, they've been in business for over 15 years, and they're getting destroyed by this little rank and rent, right? Some agency or black hat SEO guy in a basement, just like me, probably stood up a profile like this and is probably selling calls and leads to these guys over here, just absolutely taking their calls away from the map pack. So you can actually fight fire with fire here, and you can start stuffing your keywords into your actual Google business profile name as well. You just got to make sure to do it correctly. So here's the takeaway for this video, and it should make you angry, but a little bit hopeful at the same time. Right now, this company does not officially exist. They're completely fake. No website. The reviews look super thin. The listing is missing all kinds of stuff. It just looks weird, right? Now, the good news is that it's actually pretty easy to beat these guys. You can just go report profiles like this and then just stand up your own. And just as we saw, they actually don't rank that well over an AI search, right? We know that AI search is all about off-page reputation right now, at least for residential services like you guys. That's how you actually beat these profiles in the map pack, is maintaining strong off-page SEO, running a little bit of black hat to it, and then you guys can actually start punching against these exact match black hat profiles and taking them down. If you want us to pull up your market and tell you whether one of these ghost GVPs is actually outranking you and exactly how I would go about taking it down and burying it, the link is down below. And subscribe, because I'm going to keep hunting down these profiles, talking about the theory on how to beat them, how to copy what's working, and actually doing it right. See you guys soon.